First of all, I think there's one thing we can agree on about this amendment, which is that everybody, I guess the car tax is probably the most hated tax that's on the books. I don't know of anybody that enjoys paying the car tax every year. It has to be paid once a year. It's paid at a horrible time. It's not spread out. People have to write one check out of their checkbook. Nobody likes that. But this amendment does not provide car tax relief. This amendment, from my perspective, is a stunt. Let me explain why. It is not full relief. It's not even close to full relief. The amendment is written basically says that we're going to ban any locality from imposing a car tax. We're going to take $1.1 billion in general fund cash out of the capital appropriations account and put it in a special fund, and then borrow a bunch of money to cover 6 months of the car tax. 6 months, not a year, 6 months. One friend of mine once told me, Madam President, if you see a Republican coming walking up to you, grab your wallet because they're about to borrow a bunch of money. Well, Madam President, this amendment, Madam President, would consume $2.2 billion of our $2.98 million in allocated bond capacity. Not only would this make our budget structurally unbalanced, because somebody's going to have to find $3 billion a year starting once this budget's over, but it would also consume almost our entire debt capacity. What do you think that Moody's and S&P are going to do with that? What do you think that will do to our AAA bond rating, which we have held since 1938? Imagine what would happen to our borrowing costs on an annual basis. We borrow about $10 billion right now just to fund ongoing state projects every decade. About $10 billion per decade, about $1 billion a year, sometimes 1.4, 1.5 billion a year, just for ongoing stuff. You get rid of that AAA bond rating, it'll cost us hundreds of millions of dollars a year. This is not a serious proposal, Madam President. It is a proposal which would structurally unbalance our budget, pass the buck on to future General Assemblies to go figure out what to do with, and destroy our bond rating. If there's a way to come up with $3 billion a year to cover this, to pay for local schools, which is what the car tax pays for at localities, then make a serious proposal about how localities are going to find that $3 billion. But doing this, borrowing a bunch of money, ruining our debt capacity, ain't it. I'd hope we'd reject this.